Hello, Twitch and YouTube. We're going to pick up from where we left off last time in the Long Dark. And apparently, since last time, the final part of the Tales has released. So, we've got patch coming on. Because my goal is to map the map, and I'm going to go ahead. It's giving me an option. Do I want to leave the Cougar off or on? I'm going to leave it off. Because that might be something that'll otherwise end the run surprisingly quickly. But we'll leave the trader on. I don't know how we interact with the trader. I know the Cougar is one where it'll interact with us if we don't interact with it, or if we don't know what we're doing with it. So, in we go. We left off the last part, sleeping in the lighthouse here. And one of the changes is we can now have some modifications going on. Interesting. Things we can move around. And as a side effect, a bunch of items entered and exit and lost and found. Okay, and we've, in the brief period of time we've been here, apparently had an Aurora trigger. New buffer memory, log, something other, but nothing on that log as far as I can see. Oops, down to there. Do we have water? Plenty. Alright, so I was about to start taking the trip back to base to see how that's affected our other bases. With an Aurora going, maybe that's not the first thing we're going to do. You're empty. Okay. I don't suppose you're movable? No. Then we can move the rug around. Lots of stuff we can move around. Move the table of the... Oh, we can move the meter too. Okay. See if there's anything useful in here. Because I just did a refresh of the building. And we had lost and found item. These are movable? These are movable, okay. Oh, okay. So these aren't movable, they're just destroyable.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Expecting there to be a cooldown, right? Needs to say it's taking up inventory space. How do I put it down again? Oh. Junk is cleared. Well, if I can't figure out how to get it out of my inventory, we might have just accidentally brinked the run. If that are to be a problem. Worst case scenario, I can always do a... Okay, there it is. It's a heavy item. Good to know. Take the item, go into the inventory, place the item. Probably not going to take advantage of that anytime soon. Okay, so the items that you normally can't destroy. No. Okay, so there's a bunch of items we can destroy, but that's it. It's fair. As far as this building. And there's a couple items we can move, but most of them we destroy. Yeah, it is an aurora. As we can see by the fact that the lighthouse is actually working while we're up here. This does mean it's probably not a good time to be out traveling. No, I already know the wolf respawned. We ran into the wolf at the end of the last episode. So I do need to be careful if I'm going to head out in the aurora. So I'm probably actually not going to head out in the aurora. I'm just going to find a way to sort of stall for the rest of the day. Well, the rest of the aurora at least. Okay, what can we do? Oh, so we have a bunch of stuff and a furniture workbench. We can make things like beds and a hide rug. A bunch of what are, I think, mostly decorative items. I think most of these items don't do anything specific. Framed hockey jersey. Obviously requires hockey jersey. There are ways to now make photos, so we can do framed photos. Some fish. So this technically means we can, in the right circumstances, actually make beds in locations. Might even be usable beds in locations. And if we had woodworking tools and a furniture workbench, we can make workbenches. So that's actually a useful item we can make. Though I don't... Well, actually, this is saying it's 5 kilograms, so that'll actually be light enough to move around. Meat curing box. Lots of salt. Salt-filled box for meat or fish. There's the furniture workbench. Okay, so we need to find woodworking tools somewhere to build that. Cedar firewood shouldn't be that hard. We can chop that up with an axe. Taking a quick check through all the tabs to see if there's anything new in them. Alright, so it looks like if we want to play with any of the new furniture, we need to find ourselves woodworking tools. So we can make ourselves a woodworking bench. I have no idea how hard that's going to be to find. We have anything to do in the dark. Things decently maintained. Oh, it doesn't resemble you. Okay, it looks like that was enough to get daytime to roll around, which means it should be safe for us to leave. Maybe it's not daytime, but I think it's hopefully close enough to daytime we shouldn't have a problem. I have enough hit points, I have a bow, so we should be at least safe for one struggle. And I suspect we'll only get into one struggle if I screw up on the way getting back to the mine. So with the patch, I suppose there's a bunch of places that are probably worth researching. I think that was a wolf that spotted me. Yeah, so we can tell it's daytime again because the rapids respond to, even if the aurora effects is still going for a little bit in the dusk hours. Can't even remember the way I'm going.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Oh, I took too early of a turn. I'm going up to the church. That'll be fine. Check to see if anything's changed in the church, and then probably head over to the mine. Closer mine.
Cold.
Okay, so apparently apparently the game does not consider this place a base. Because it's giving me a special interface menu in bases, like the lighthouse. Which is fair, that's not an indoor area. It's a decent possibility you probably would not want to stay there for really extended periods of time. Because you don't get a warmth bonus from that building. Max is still here. It's probably an indication nothing really has changed in here. Yeah, I'm not getting the notification that I can do based modification here. So maybe the game doesn't consider this a base-worthy location. This is a location I might consider base-worthy if it wasn't so dark most of the time.
Something's gotta go.
Hey, we've cleared our Daimler risk. We'll do the there and back, picking up coal in this mine, and then we'll probably head over to Quonset. To see if anything's significantly changed there from the patch. Now we have wolf pelts here. Suppose if I was interested in making it, I have enough wolf pelts to make a wolf coat. I think the bear coats are undeniably just better. When you're on lower difficulties than Interloper, you might want to not run double bear coat because it's probably overkill on Stalker. But on Interloper, I've been appreciating the extra warmth bonus. And I don't have anything heavy like guns to carry around. So the loss of the weight is probably the extra weight that the bear coat is not as bad as it might be on Stalker. the order the torches got flipped at some point. Which is fine, because I usually grab the lowest one, so I just need to remember the lowest one's going to be at the top instead of the bottom. Carrying too much fuel. Carrying too much weight, to be fair, so... Leave a bunch of coal here. We can head out. I know there's a pile of food just over here, so I'm going to go ahead and eat some of this food. Then we'll make the trip over to Quonset. Via the crumbling highway. Yes, there's some food here. Not a lot of food, apparently. Apparently I mostly ate that pile. To eat the pile that's over here, probably. Or at least remember to move it to the road. This bit's probably a bit futile. Yeah, no, it's not over here. At least not where I remember it being. Probably do a more thorough look into the furniture making once I have the furniture or the woodworking tools. For the moment, it looks like most of it's inaccessible to us until we find a set. And seeing as the patches from today, I have no idea where they might be. Or if there even are in Interloper difficulty. They're probably on Interloper difficulty.
Can't feel my hands.
So from here to the mine to Crumbling Highway should be fairly uneventful. We're just walking over. Enjoying the scenery. Hoping the character doesn't freeze to death, because it's more than... the character's feeling like minus 10 plus... well, I suppose minus 10 minus.
Too cold to think.
Because it's colder than minus 10 out from his perspective right now, so... he's cold. And that's with things like Barracuda and stuff like that warming him up. More fuel here. Hopefully don't need the fuel. Anything we're probably going to be short on is lantern fuel. Which is something we could fix by doing extended fishing stay at the fishing cabin. Fishing hut. Not a proper cabin, I suppose.
could eat anything right now.
Okay. Kirker's getting a bit hungry. So I'll probably end up having to feed him some cattails to make the distance over to Quonset. We do have food at Quonset, so it's not going to be as much of a problem. Don't need to feed him very much, just need to make the Quonset. I think, if memory serves, I think the bear meat might be this side of Quonset. I do need to be a little bit careful in this zone, because there may be wolves. Duck in the basement here to warm up a bit. We'll also see if they've changed anything. So yeah, this is apparently not taken to their base, so no, I'm not getting the... Oh, actually no, it just doesn't show me it unless you've pressed it recently. Okay, so it could move this stuff around. No, some of the stuff you can move around, that's not one of them. It looks like it maybe only lets you move containers around. Got some guts here, got a wolf hide. Need neither of those. Well, there should be enough calories in their belly so we can get the character the rest of the way back to Quonset. So at this point, not past where the wolves would be. The wolves would be between here and the mine. Probably on the road or down on the coastline. Which is probably how I got past them without running into them. The inland portion of the map. Could also be that they maybe haven't respawned since we killed them last. Because I did kill them when I was mapping the area.
Goddamn freezing.
We are taking a little bit of cold damage. Something would have warmed up a bit more as we move into midday. Early morning has been cold for the character.
I need to find food.
Well, good news, character. You know where the food is. You just need to make it there without starving, please. Well, I suppose I was desperate. I think there left a fish around here somewhere. We could grab and cook. Oh, is this sunny enough that it counts as daylight? It is.
Come on, come on.
Okay. Throw an extra stick on here to give us our duration that we need. We'll make up some heat to warm up the character. As well to get some calories, so we're less likely to have lose our well-fed bonus on the way.
I could eat anything.
Doesn't help the small amount of wind that we have apparently is blowing straight into our face. Okay, so it looks like the thing I was possibly worried about, which is running into the bear here, doesn't appear to be the case.
Damn.
So the only real bad thing we're running into is that wind's blowing into her face, which, all things considered, is not that bad. I'm gonna head on the swivel, because I know this bear is up from last stream. But where he is a different problem entirely. Well, there's the bear. So the bear was actually in our way, but it got out of our way before we got to it. So we're gonna have to probably gonna want to eat at least one more cattail while let's change torches. Around the Quonset we might run into wolves, which is one reason why I'm juggling the torches here. I think it's this side of the Quonset has the bear meat, so we'll probably stop at the bear meat pile and scarf down a piece or two of bear meat. And looking at the time, I'm going to go ahead and put a YouTube break in when I get into Quonset and have the save. If you're following along on YouTube, that means there'll probably be another part up tomorrow. And if you're following along on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to go ahead and take a short break between this part and the next. Because the family came in and told me I have tea and pie to consume. Like that, we've got a fully fed character. Got him hydrated. They will be all prepared for exploring the garage in the next part. The lost and found boxes out here. Only caused a lot of my bear meat to move, a bunch of my raw salmon to move, and a bunch of other stuff. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that in the next part. Till then, catch you later. Bye.